I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Remember what Miyagi said.
Karate come from heart.
I will show no mercy.
Discover the secrets of karate with Karate Kid tri-action figures.
Concentrate, Daniel-san.
They chop, twist, and kick. The Karate Kid and Johnny are each sold separately. And for more action, look for the Karate Kid Competition Center from Remco.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another paid requested review. I want to thank everyone who has joined me on Patreon. If you ever consider, the link to it is down below. There's different tiers, requests, things of that nature. Or if you would ever like to request a review or any other type of video, you could do it via my PayPal, and the link to that is down below as well in the info box. Both links are down below. And the request for today is for the 1984 film, The Karate Kid. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, my favorite Karate Kid would be the second one. A friend of mine showed me an interview with Ralph Macchio, and I don't remember which interview it was, but he mentioned about how he considered the second film underrated and the third one bad. I'm like, I could never find that interview again. But the second one was always my favorite. The third one's god-awful. The remake, whatever. The one with Hilary Swank, barely remember. But the first one is good. I think it's a bit too long. I always forget this is over 2 hours long. Bit lengthy for this kind of flick, but it's a good one. It's a good one for a number of reasons. Number one, I can relate to Ralph Macchio's character, which I don't have a rant on that. Not about the movie, about a certain thing. Just this whole, oh, he was the bully. Pisses me off. But I want to talk about the movie before I get pissed off. Daniel LaRusso has moved to a new place, doesn't want to, but he's moved here to California with his mom, and he doesn't like it there. There's bullies all around who mess with him first, and all he wants to do is talk to this pretty lady played by Elisabeth Shue, and they're messing with her, harassing her. Interesting enough, when you're watching the film again, there's this one guy who Ralph Macchio meets early on that you think, he's going to be the friend throughout. But no, not really. He disappears fairly damn quickly. But you have this love story between Ralph Macchio and Elisabeth Shue. And these guys are always messing with him. Soccer practice, they trip him on purpose, hurting him on purpose. They took away her boombox. He's trying to get it back for her. Bullies on motorcycles trip him on his bicycle, hurting him, damaging the bicycle. His mom, she's nice, but she doesn't know what's going on. He's not sure if he should talk to Elisabeth Shue or he should stay away. And the only one to talk to is the maintenance man, Mr. Miyagi, played by Pat Morita, who people don't realize Pat Morita was into comedy before this. He had worked on comedy shows. So he wasn't known to be an action guy or this type. But after this, from now on, he was known as Mr. Miyagi because he makes an impression. And this is well directed by John G. Avildsen, who of course did Rocky. The cast worked well. I like Ralph Macchio. It's sad that his career didn't take off as I think it should have. It's too bad. And before this, he was in films like The Outsiders, but this is definitely my favorite role of his. And again, my favorite film of his would be the second film, which I think is pretty damn underrated. I mean, it did well when it came out, but no one ever talks about Karate Kid Part 2, by the way. Maybe that's one for another day. But Ralph Macchio, I keep harping on. He does a great job. He's a likable character, unlike what some BS wants to say. I'll get to. Elisabeth Shue does fine. I like Pat Morita. I love the relationship, the friendship that Daniel and Miyagi have. Martin Kove and William Zabka do well as the villains. Martin Kove has his karate school. And they're all about intimidation and no mercy, while Mr. Miyagi's more willing to teach Daniel about bonsai trees and trimming them and being nice to him. And what kind of belt you have? Canvas, JCPenney, $3.98. And Martin Kove, he's fun as the villain. He's over the top, but an entertaining over the top. You're a pushy bastard, ain't you? But I like that. So, I mean, I just see people laughing at him, but he was entertaining as the bad guy. Billy Zabka played the bad guy a lot in these movies, whether it be Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield or this movie. He did it well. Cobra Kai, the bad guys, I like during the Halloween party, I like their outfits, these skeleton costumes. Interesting choice. And they're ready to kill him. They're ready to murder his ass. Granted, one of them says, "Stop it, Johnny," but break his fucking face open or break his neck with a kick. And Miyagi, or I should say Pat Morita's stunt double, fight double, comes in. Because Pat Morita wasn't really a martial arts guy, so it's cool, you know, they got someone else to do it for him. He kicks ass, takes names. And I think the reason why this appealed to so many people, not only because the actors do their jobs well, especially Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita, for a friendship, they had good chemistry with their friendship. You bought their friendship. If you listen to the commentary, you could tell that they were still friendly with each other. I wish they did a commentary for part 2 before Pat Morita passed away. But I think a lot of people, in a way, wanted to be Ralph Macchio's character, where we know how it is to be somewhere new or be somewhere where we don't belong and get picked on. But then here's this man who's nice and kind, but he can also kick ass, and he's willing to be nice to you and train you in an interesting way that you don't expect at first. You know, wax on, wax off, or sand the floor, or paint the fence. No, not like this. Up and down. Now, side to side. And you're in Daniel's shoes. What the fuck is this about? What's the point? And then you get that great scene where, show me paint the fence. And he shows Daniel each one, and all of a sudden, yeah, and it's like, oh shit, it paid off. There's a reason why paint the fence and, you know, sand the floor and wax on, wax off. I mean, that was very clever. Because even when I first saw this back in the day, I'm like, okay, how's this going to work out? And then, oh, that works out actually fairly well. And this has a lot of elements that work together where you can relate to Daniel, at least in my opinion. Part of you wants to be in this position because there's this hot girl that you're in love with. These bullies have picked on you. You have a guy to train you in martial arts, but he's also the fatherly figure that Daniel doesn't have. I don't think they ever specify what happened to Daniel's dad. Did they? In any of the movies? Like, did he die? Was it divorce? I can't remember. But like, Miyagi sort of becomes his dad. At least that's the way I look at it. And I think a lot of us would like someone like a Mr. Miyagi in their lives. And it has a mixture of a heart to it. The romance works, although I prefer part 2. But the romance here still works. Ralph Macchio and Elisabeth Shue work well together. The villains are almost biting at the hand of villainy. That's not a word, but the villainous personality, sweep the leg. Yeah, give him a body bag. I mean, stuff that has become memorable throughout the years. For a good reason. And it mixes in with humor. Like Mr. Miyagi trying to catch the flies with his chopsticks. And then Daniel is able to do it very quickly in the face on Pat Morita. Pat Morita's look on his face like, luck. But also some somber moments. You get the idea what happened with Mr. Miyagi in the past, that his wife died with complications at birth. There's a scene where he's getting drunk. Moments that merge the friendship between these two even more so. Plus the tournament at the end, the action is well done. Obviously it's a tournament style. It's not like Karate Kid Part 3 where Daniel doesn't do anything, but then he's already at the end of the tournament and then fights one guy who, oh, I'm going to win. I'm going to take the point back because I disqualify. I'm going, nope, take the point back. Oh, I'm just beating your ass for 10 minutes and I could have won any time, but I'm going to do this on purpose to take a point away. And then Daniel does the stupid, the fucking robot or whatever, and 1 point he wins. Fuck Karate Kid Part 3. Piece of fucking shit. Guy was 30-some years old, but it's the Karate Kid Part 3. I think even Ralph Macchio said that. That's why he couldn't kiss this one girl, because he's so damn old in real life, so that... I'm not talking about that. Fuck that movie. One of the worst fucking sequels, Karate Kid Part 3. And people, you know, if people... Well, I like it more than 1 and 2, or they like it more than 2. Well, you know what? There's people who like Part 3 of Ninja Turtles more than Part 2. There's people who like RoboCop 3 more than Part 2. All I can say is I don't get it, but hey, what else can I say? And of course, this crane kick, which I think technically the crane kick is you jump up and get back down on the same leg. So I guess technically the crane kick is never successfully done. But at the same time, that's a pretty damn hard thing to do. But from what I understand, a crane kick would be, okay, you're on one leg, you kick up and you land on the same leg. But for, at the end, he's like, which I'm fine with. But I'm just saying it's an interesting thing to think about. Well, I'm probably alone in that. But I love the battle, the tournament at the end. I love the soundtrack. You're the best around. Nothing's ever going to keep you down. Or it's a moment of truth. So it's good soundtrack. The score. Love the score. Da da na 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 da 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 da. I'm doing a shitty job. I'm gonna stop because I'm ruining it. And I want to get the guy who did the martial arts choreography. I think he worked on the 90s Ninja Turtles. And he's on the tip of my tongue, but anyway, one of my only issues is I do think the film is a bit too long. Like I said before, I know it's well over 2 hours. I don't think it needed to be that long of a film. Yeah, like 2 hours and 7 minutes. Bill Conti, of course, Bill Conti did the music, did it for Rocky, did it for this, did a wonderful job. Love the music. I'm trying to find who did the damn... Damn it, I cannot remember who the hell it was. But he worked on the... Anyway, it's a guy who worked on the choreography for the Ninja... Some of the choreography in the 90s Ninja Turtle films, he worked on Karate Kid. I forgot the damn guy's name. But anyway. Apparently people like Sean Penn, Robert Downey Jr., Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez, Nick Cage, Anthony Edwards, Tom Cruise, and Eric Stoltz were considered for Daniel. Ralph Macchio was cast on the strength of his performance in The Outsiders. The studio originally wanted the role of Mr. Miyagi for Toshiro Mifune, but the actor didn't speak English. Pat Morita later auditioned for the role. He was rejected for his close association with stand-up comedy and for the character of Arnold on Happy Days. After a few failed attempts, Pat Morita grew a beard, patterned his accent after his uncle, which led to him being cast in the role. Crispin Glover was considered for the role of Johnny. That would have been weird. I don't see that. Crispin Glover? But the studio later went with William Zabka. Demi Moore was considered for the lady lead, but Elisabeth Shue was cast based partly on a Burger King commercial that became widely popular in the early 80s. Elisabeth Shue did a good job, but damn, Demi Moore? That would have been interesting. Oh, this is interesting. You're the Best was originally written for Rocky 3, but was rejected by Stallone in favor of Survivor's hit Eye of the Tiger. I can't fault Stallone for that. I mean, I like You're the Best, but Eye of the Tiger is Eye of the Tiger. You also have Bananarama's Cruel Summer. Made its US debut in the Karate Kid movie, but was excluded from the film's soundtrack album. So, sorry, just looking at some stuff here. Some interesting stuff. But yeah, him doing the crane kick with the build-up of the music and getting in position, kicking and being victorious with the trophy, and Miyagi being proud, winking at him. Well, I'm thinking he didn't wink. I'm thinking of this shitty fucking Nintendo game where if you beat the 4 levels, then Miyagi will wink at you. Did Miyagi wink? Oh, fuck. I think the Nintendo game, which I did play back in the day, it's opening its fucking pants and pits into my brain. Yeah. Nope, nothing coming out yet. But with that said, other than its length, good cast, great interaction between Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita. You really get a sense of their friendship growing throughout the movie. Mixed in with a wonderful score by Bill Conti, some great songs, good choreography with the martial arts tournament. You really feel for Daniel's character. The villains, you hate them. The train kit, the music, the direct hit. It's just a great movie moment, like a classic movie moment. Now I'm going to get to my rant. I almost want to say this for another video, but I'll put it here. I'm getting sick and fucking tired of this revisionist history bullshit. Oh, Daniel is a bully. My fucking ass he is. Fuck that video. Fuck Cobra Kai. That'd be like, oh, Biff Tannen was the real hero in Back to the Future. Or, oh, actually, Rocky, he was the real bully in Rocky. Apollo Creed was the one in the right. If I make those videos, will I also get a bunch of fucking million subscribers? Make a shitty fucking video that just wants to pick and choose points for your bullshit. You get these little arguments that you pickpocket, make your own interpretation, of course, that's what videos usually do. But the way it was done, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Did you even watch the fucking movie? And then the fact that this became such a popular thing, hashtag Daniel the Bully, that became a fucking TV show that I don't give a shit to ever fucking watch. People always keep telling me to watch it. I don't fucking ever care to watch a show where, well, Johnny's not that bad and Daniel's not that good. Oh yeah, make Daniel a fucking jerk. That's fucking great. Just like we gotta make all our heroes fucking jerks. Because I guess we didn't see the fucking movies. We didn't see Karate Kid and we didn't see Karate Kid Part 2. So yeah, all the stuff he went through, he just became a fucking, pretty much a used car salesman, Daniel. And then Johnny, with all the bullshit he pulled in this movie, he didn't have to sweep the leg, but he fucking did it. Daniel just wanted to get the boombox for the lady, and the guy beat the fuck out of him. The guys wouldn't leave him alone. He's almost passed out. They're ready to kill him by breaking his fucking neck. Because Johnny moves him out of the way and breaks the fucking sign behind him. Could have broken Daniel's neck if Mr. Miyagi didn't save him. Daniel's just trying to go home. They fucking tip his fucking bike down a fucking hill. They could have cracked his head open. All this stuff that's actually there, but someone can put a bullshit video that gets millions of views and gets millions of subscribers on terrible, idiotic observations. I know that's not fair to say because it's him either taking a piss, taking a joke, trying to be funny, or have his own interpretation. So why does that get me mad? Because I see so many people that are much more talented, that do a better job, whether it be my friends Michael Keane or Michael CP or all these other guys. They get nothing for views. But this guy makes, in my opinion, a bullshit video. And he gets all this fucking views and subs because of that. And I go, this doesn't make any fucking sense. This revisionist history. Again, if I pulled a fucking video out of my ass and going, well, Rocky is the bully and Apollo Creed was actually on the right because of... I just stop right there because I just don't understand how videos like that get popular. I don't. And then the fact that that was part, not the only, but part of the reason why you get a fucking Cobra Kai show. Well, people like it. Good. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see it. Because I never gave a fuck about Johnny. He was a bad guy. He was a jerk. I can't see him as a good guy. I'm sorry, man. I've seen the clips because people kept telling me. One of my dear friends saw the first season and told me how much of a piece of shit it is. And we're usually like 99% on the same wavelength. My friend Effrey saw the film, told me on Skype about it, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds shit. Oh yeah, the other characters are awful. Lame story. And more. I'm sorry. Don't need a Karate Kid when Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita, has passed away. Don't need to see a Karate Kid continuation where Daniel, he amounted to a fucking used car salesman. And nothing against anyone who's a used car salesman. But the way they portray it, it's like the typical, oh, he's not all good. Come on, Matt. You want just all good and all bad? That's boring. No, sometimes that's all you fucking need. That's what the Karate Kid films were for the first two. That was part of the magic that made the film successful in the fucking first place. Was that you could relate to Daniel, and here are the bullies, and you overcome them, and now we gotta take that away because we gotta make it more realistic or more, I don't know how to word it, more, it's like you can't have fairy tales anymore. You gotta have just the same type of realistic drivel, which it's not realistic anyway, so what was the fucking point bringing it up in the first place? Oh, that's not fair. You haven't seen it. I don't care. I honestly don't. Based on the clips I've seen, the stuff I've read and heard about, because people kept telling me about it, and then my friend Effrey tell me all about it, I'm like, this sounds like a bunch of bullshit. I don't need to wipe my ass with it, let alone watch it. So fuck Cobra Kai. Fuck that video. Daniel is not a bully. Someone could easily make a fucking video showcasing that Daniel's not a bully. But then it became the hip thing to say, oh, Daniel's a bully. Oh my God, my brain fucking hurts from that stupid revisionist bullshit, man. BS like this is why people were able to get away with making The Last Jedi. And all this other crap that takes people you like, characters you like, and destroy them. Or dilute them. Or break them down. I just don't understand it. But anyway, with this film, I think it's a great flick. Soundtrack, tournament ending, great classical moments. Ralph Macchio as a likable character, he's not a fucking bully. Bully my ass. I guess in that guy's eyes, Biff Tannen was the real hero of Back to the fucking Future. Freddy Krueger is really a superhero. What other BS will come next? Anyway. Thanks for watching. Take care. If you haven't seen Karate Kid in a while, it's a fun watch. Give it another look and also watch the sequel. The rest you can forget about. Thank you, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.